Hey, what's up? It's been a little while since I've made a video, so that's what I'm doing today. I've got my laptop with me here, and I'm just gonna go over a scan that I got done a few months ago. The scan was a sort of unique MRI, and it took that info and made a 3D model of me from the inside, so it shows all my muscles and stuff, which is pretty cool. It's a little bit weird, but hopefully you'll find it interesting. I have muscular dystrophy, so this is useful to me. So yeah, let's take a look inside me, I guess. I just want to quickly say I wouldn't have been able to do this without the FSHD Global Foundation. They funded it and let me do one, so that was really nice of them. And yeah, alright, so let's get into it. This is what I'm greeted with when I go to look at my scan. So it's just got my name, boom, jump scare. That's what I look like on the inside. So from here I can do two things. I can either look at the report, which is sort of a PDF version of all my specs, or we can look at the 3D viewer. Okay, so this is me. You can twist me around and stuff. But there are a couple of different things within this interface, I guess you'd call it. You can either look at the asymmetry or the fat infiltration, and muscle size, so those three. So these three over here. We'll start with left-right asymmetry. So spoiler alert, I'm very asymmetrical. This is not a shock to me. My right side is more affected by the condition than my left, so you can see this demonstrated here. The darker the color, the more asymmetrical it is. So if you see like my shoulder and then my chest, it is quite asymmetrical on my right side compared with my left. If we flip me around, there you go, quite asymmetrical on the right side, as you can see. You've got the odd thing on the left, but it's mainly the right side that I am affected, which I'm told is fairly common for this condition, so no trouble. You can see my lat and my right butt cheek are pretty asymmetrical. Same with my upper leg. You can really delve as deep as you want to go with this. Like, they've got all the little graphs and stuff. You can go here. You can get really specific with it. So say you want to check out, I don't know, your scapular elevators. Oh, okay. And then we want to check out my traps. And then it'll highlight, ta-da, traps on the back. And it does have a little range you can look at, so versus, your average Joe, who would get, I guess, negative 5.5% to 5%, and I am in that range. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, let's find a bad one. Okay, so there we go. Expected, minus 4.5 to 4.5. Mine are at 21, so I guess that's the range that's considered normal. So you can have sort of a 4.5% discrepancy on each side of your body. So yeah, you could spend all day looking at all these little muscles and stuff. It's very deep, very deep. I guess my worst one is these rotator things. Levator scapulae. I'm not really sure what that does, but apparently my left one is terrible. Alright, let's move on. You'll see on the left you've got this sort of write-up, which I guess sort of details the more glaring things to look at. So you've got my asymmetry, as I said before, pretty asymmetrical fella. So high levels of asymmetry in my levator scapulae, which is that thing up the top that we looked at before. Rhomboid, so what is that, like one of these, isn't it? Oh, okay, I thought it was back here somewhere. Anyway, and a bunch of stuff that I don't know what they are. So if we want to move on now to fat infiltration, which I should turn yellow. Cool. So I could be very wrong. I'm not a scientist or a doctor or anything. So in this condition, your muscles waste away, and it's my understanding that that muscle gets replaced with fat. Let's take a look at fat me. So you can see there's a range here. Sort of the more orange it is, the more infiltrated with fat, you could say, the muscle is. Obliques, which is not a surprise if you've ever seen me without a shirt on. Up the back we got my lats as well on my right side, and upper legs. I think usually there's a bit of correlation with muscles that are the most affected and how infiltrated with fat they are. So that makes sense, you know, shoulder, chest, lats. They're all muscles that aren't super strong for me. So let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's have a look. Where's a bad one? Apparently have one butt cheek. Sweet. Okay, so my semi-membranosus is very fat. So if we look down here on the left, high levels of fat infiltration bilaterally in the external oblique. Yep, which is this bad boy, and then that hamstring looking thing. Okay, and then my right lat, right pec, and left adductor longus, which will be somewhere around here. There we go. That one. Oh, so my right one's actually pretty good. It's weird how asymmetrical it is and how it affects different muscles so specifically. Let's find some good news, shall we? Let's look at muscle size. So the more purple or blue that's shown here, I guess the bigger the muscle. So according to this, I have a massive left cheek. Where is it though? Where's it at? It's gone. Ghost cheek. Okay, well there it is. So I can get rid of all the good ones and then leave what's bad, which to be fair is quite a large chunk. So upper legs, not huge. Check out those chicken legs. There's not heaps going on there. Okay, my knee got a 0. I don't really know how that works. Oh, okay. I guess I just have no muscle. Oh well, whatever. Let's look at development. Okay, so I'm going to assume that development is not a positive thing. So very high development in the left quadratus lumborum. What is that? Okay, I'm going to Google it. Quadratus. Oh, it's like in. It's like in me. Hey, I will take that. High development in the right adductor brevis. Oh, what? Hey. So I've got a big brevis, apparently. Hell yeah. And then not great muscle development in knee extensors, which I'm going to assume are all of these quad type things, or knee flexors. I just know that knee up is not great. So I've shown this to my physio and we've changed some of the exercises I do to sort of, you know, build up strength in areas where I'm lacking and try to get more of a whole body approach going. I know looking at this scan it might seem a little bit confronting. It wasn't like too scary to look at when I first looked at it a couple of months ago, because it's all stuff I already knew, and I think it looks worse than it is. Obviously here it says there's, you know, no muscle in his shoulder and it's very asymmetrical, blah blah blah. But I can still play tennis, I can still walk around, I can still do pretty much everything I want to do. So while it does look kind of scary, it's not a huge deal. I also want people to know that while my scan looks like this, the condition is so varied. So everyone's is going to be different. It's sort of just a matter of you and sort of managing how it affects you. Just in terms of the channel, I have been obviously struggling a little bit to get a video out consistently. So I think in the future I might just try to film a little bit here and there of whatever I'm doing and then stitch it into a big video. I think that'd be kind of interesting, just to show, you know, what someone with this condition gets up to. So hopefully this video was somewhat interesting to you. I think it's a pretty cool piece of tech and I'm keen to see where it goes in the future. So I'll see you next time. Bye.